be a mech potato, so I'm gonna learn from Old Bob. He's gonna teach me what I need to know. So everyone, let's go.
And welcome back, Mech Warriors. This is Old Bob 10025, and I am sorry I haven't been making any voice videos, but I had bronchitis for the last 3 weeks. I'm just now getting over it. So I want to make this video about one of the things that a lot of people have questions about. In fact, actually, I had some questions sent through emails. Is that how to report people? There's two different ways to go and report people. One is through the standard system that you have through the game itself. And then the other one is actually sending something to PGI, and I'll go over both of those like in a second. Now, do know that reporting, a lot of people think it doesn't do anything, but it does. I had a friend who actually got reported a lot because for being an asshat, and now he's not, and so he's back. But the whole thing is, though, he did lose his account, lost a lot of money, lost a lot of different other things too. So it does work. But make sure that when you do report a person, it's not for something stupid like being revenge, or you killed him, or you think he was cheating or something like that, because that's not what the system's made for. The system's made for to actually make sure that you don't have, as a company, PGI has to make money, and if they start hemorrhaging people through the system and through players being asshats and being racist, mofos basically, they're gonna start losing people, start losing money. That's why you have a system like that. World of Tanks World of Tanks is a very toxic environment, and you see that a lot of times in World of Tanks. So that's the perfect example of a toxic community. Reddit is another one too. So this is to show everyone how to go do it, what the different things are, and what kind of like different situations as well. So we're going to go to the first system, which is through the game system itself. Now, do know it's not to be abused, so do know that too, and I'll go over that in just a second. Okay, so for the first part, is when you get to a certain position where you know who the person or the defending player is you pick their name, left click, then it comes up with this menu. It means it's going to say send friend invite. Obviously, that's self-explanatory. Block player. Now, the thing about block player, a lot of misconceptions is that actually you won't be playing with that person again. That's not what it's used for. Block player only does it for personal messages coming through the system itself, not to ban them from being playing with you. That's not what it does. And then report player. Report player now goes into a separate menu, which you'll see right there. According to the Scientific American Journal, harassing language is something like this. Online gamers have a reputation for hostility. In a largely consequential, free environment inhabited mostly by anonymous and competitive young men, the antics can be downright nasty. Players have harassed one another for not performing well and can cheat, sabotage games, and do any number of things to intentionally ruin the experience for others, a practice that gamers refer to as griefing. Now, I'll leave a link down below to go and have the full article. Now, that's something like saying, you suck, you should uninstall, you can't even hit, well, what the hell's wrong with you, that kind of stuff. That's harassing like language. It can be anything as far as well as racial slurs, anything like that. Now, once they get to a certain point of racial slurs, there's another part of the video which I'll show you like later on, which you go ahead and report them. Now, but this is just harassing language, you suck, all that kind of stuff. So or you're a trash team. I seen that happen like last night, actually. It was kind of interesting. So that's what that is. Now, spamming and advertising is something different. It's mostly like a lot of times gamers, especially Twitch streamers, like to go ahead and advertise their Twitch stream. I don't mind it myself. I don't really care about it. They want to go do that. It doesn't bother me. Some people don't like it. Also, spamming advertising can be anything that's say their gardening channel that they have or something like that they're putting inside chat. So that's spamming like advertising. Non-constructive, it will be the same thing, almost the same thing as harassing language. Pretty much the same thing, like actually in my own opinion. Harassing language and then non-constructive. You suck. I can't believe you're not going left instead of right. That kind of stuff. That's what those harassing language, spamming, and then non-constructive behavior would be. And like I said, I'll leave a link down below for the Scientific American. Now, we all had the person that actually hit you in the back, bumped you by accident while they're walking along, that kind of stuff. That's called, that's really not team damage, to tell you the truth, if it's done by accident. Now, don't abuse the system, because so many times you be sitting there doing hella team damage because the person was in hand-to-hand combat with another mech. So you will be hitting those people, and that's what team damage is, but not what the intentional of what team damage for the reporting system would be. Team damage for reporting will be purposely attacking somebody. Remember, that's purposely doing something. I had one time someone was pissed off that I was in front of him, so he purposely shot me in the back. And then basically I said, why'd you shoot him in the back? Well, he says, I was in front of him. It's like, okay, well, that's team damage. Purposely doing something like that to go, I guess, prove a point somehow that the guy's superior or something. Who knows? But the whole thing is that's what purposely team damage is. Team killing. Oh my God, there's so many times I've killed a person by accident you won't even believe. Usually, I'll say, hey man, I'm completely sorry about that, because it sucks. It sucks dying from your own team. But that does happen sometimes because they're too close to the target, or they do something weird that basically they got in the way of your shot, or you're zoomed in, that kind of stuff. Team killing does happen, but it's purposely team killing. Like, I had one example, I forgot who the person was, but they didn't like who I was, so they started attacking me. I started attacking them back. That's team killing. I killed him. I got a team killing thing against them. Of course, I had the video, so I showed it. I showed exactly what happened because I videotape all my matches. So the team killing would be that kind of thing. But I got off because of that. So team killing would be purposely attacking another person. Remember that, guys. Purposely attacking another person. Assisting the enemy, same thing, would be showing a person where, hey, he's hiding in F5, or he's hiding there, or doing something like that. That's assisting the enemy. That you should not do. The only time you do that is when a person is completely AFK, and I'll go into that in the next video. Suiciding and AFK. Now, there's speculation basically as far as suiciding. Depends. A lot of people actually go ahead and overheat their mech on purpose. It just all depends what you're doing. If you're overheating your mech on purpose and not doing any damage, then that's suiciding, and you can report them for that. Same thing would be for the instance of fighting a comp unit, and you just say, screw it, I'm going to run off the field and just suicide myself. That'll be suiciding as well. AFK would be something that AFK is not designed for people who are discontinued or they have no ping, because that does happen in the game system. It does happen. It happened to me so many times that my ping, my internet just cut out, and that's basically what happens. It's not used for that. AFK is for the person that actually has ping, went to the bathroom, is taking a big dump, and is basically sitting there. That's what AFK is for. But he's still in the game with a ping. So remember that. AFK is not designed for the discontinued player. It's only designed for the person that actually is AFK from their keyboard, taking a dump, talking to their wife, doing, playing with the cats. Who knows what the hell they're doing? That's what AFK is used for. And suiciding is only used for not for the person that actually is going to overheat his mech while he's doing battle. It's not used for that kind of stuff. It's only used for when he runs off the field on purpose or overheats his mech on purpose in the middle of nowhere fighting nobody. That's what suiciding and AFK is used for. Don't abuse that system, because it happens so many times. I see it so many times in chat. The guys discontinued, so they put him as AFK. This next part is exploiting and cheating. Now, so many people don't understand people are good. I mean, tier 1 players, they practice all the time. They do all the different things, so they're going to get a lot of headshots. They're going to get a lot of different things that are like that. Cheating, exploiting is not part of that. It's just good gameplay. And the tier 1 people, they know what they're doing. So when you see this kind of stuff, when someone says you're cheating, it's just because they got an ego the size of the moon and basically got knocked down. So the cheating aspect is, a cheating exploit would not be the fire control button or the fire control macro. That's not cheating. That's actually used in game and basically condoned by PGI as well. Cheating will be something like using a aimbot to automatically shoot heads. Now, it's very hard to actually prove cheating unless you have the video itself showing what he's doing. Or cheating will be something that he's shooting through walls or something like that. Very hard to prove. 99.9% of the time, it's just he's a good player and knows what he's doing. So that's cheating. Now, unless you have the video to prove that, unless you can show that to PGI, they're gonna pretty much think it's garbage and you're just blowing up your ego type thing. So that cheating will almost never be used. Exploiting will be something like, say, certain parts of the maps, like Polar Highlands would be a perfect example. For the longest time, certain part of the map they actually could shoot through the mountain or shoot through the hills. That's what you can do, and basically that'll be exploiting the game. So that's one of the things, exploiting of the game in itself, of something that they screwed up on, which is a lot of things that they screwed up on. That'll be exploiting the game itself in order to have that. Having a GOS PPC meta build is not exploiting. So make sure when you go ahead and use these two different terms, which you probably won't use these as much as harassing language. But these two terms are there, but it's very hard to prove, and most of the time PGI will just ignore it, and unless you have supreme proof that the person's going to do it. So those two are pretty much going to be non-existent. The next one is inappropriate name, which is just down below from the cheating and exploiting. The inappropriate name would be something like "Your mama sucks balls," or some other stupid name that's out there that people have. It's pretty much it has to be something offensive and vulgar. It's not going to be like "Old Bob 10025." That's not offensive and vulgar, but "Your mama sucks balls," or "You are my bitch," or something like that. That will be inappropriate name. So use it for that part. Don't use it for any other person's name, because your ego got exploded from the person killing you. So just let you know about that. The second part, what I'm going to show you, is the for the most extreme cases. This is for people that go over the top with racial slurs, go over the top with team killing, go over the top saying you guys all suck and all that kind of stuff. I mean, completely over the top. This is only used, like I said, for the most extreme cases, and I'll go over those in just a second. You will find these people that are out there, for some strange reason, they have the mental capacity of a 4-year-old, but yet have the body of a 50-year-old. So I don't know what the hell's going on with these people, but this is for the most extreme cases. 1. Date and time of day. You need to write this down for the offending type person that's actually going to be doing that, so PGI can look up the game itself and know what date and time of day it was. 2. What map it was on and the game mode. This also helps PGI find the game itself so they could review it. 3. Who was the offending person? Who was spouting off racial slurs? Who was spouting off that everyone sucks and they should go uninstall? This also helps PGI and also puts a blame on the person that actually was doing it. 4. Back it up with video proof. So many times PGI will just get those egomaniacs that think they're God's gift to actually piloting mechs and send in anything they can. But if you actually have backup with proof, with video proof, you can use OBS to go ahead and record your matches and then put it up on YouTube just as a simple file. And then they'll send a link to them under the description. I'll go and show you how to go do that. And that way they could review the link and see what it is. That way it'll help PGI find what's going on and then fix the problem. Don't just send anything saying he was a bad man. That's not going to do anything. Last but not least is once you have all the information together, you send it to support@MechWarriorOnlineMercs.com, MWMercs.com. Send everything there. Now, don't expect them to respond to you. They'll send a standard letter saying, "Thank you for your response. We'll check into it, blah, blah, blah." Now, if a person gets so many of those, they will actually have their account banned. But like I said, don't abuse the system because it's there to go protect you. It's not there to go abuse it. So once you get everything together, you got your date, your time, the map mode, the map itself, who it was, and if you have a video link in your description, go ahead and send it as well to of the YouTube account or whatever you're going to go ahead and keep it on. So that will actually help PGI find the offending type player and then take appropriate action. Now, like I said, it takes a while and they won't tell you what's happening with the person. So it's just you try to trust them. I know PGI has a trust issue. I understand that. But make sure when you have everything all together, send it to support@MWMercs.com, and then hopefully it will get resolved over a certain period of time. So, look, I understand that people get pissed off at certain things. I get pissed off sometimes when I die for my headshot or something like that. But I have to tell you though, take a deep breath. The reason why you play games is to have fun and enjoy the game. Once it's not happening, step back, take a walk, do something else for a little bit, and then come back. Don't take it out on the other people that are playing the game itself, because they are other people. There are other people on the other screen, that are on the other side of the screen, that are actually fighting with or against you. There are other people that are out there that are having fun with you, and hopefully you're having fun too. But once you get to a certain point, step back, chill out for a little bit, and then go on from there. And let me tell you, man, when you get a brand new perspective of the game itself, it makes the game so much better when you actually do that, instead of actually going off on other people like a bunch of idiots. Like You Can't Fix Stupid, one of my videos. I'll send a link down. I'll put the link down below here. Oh my God, it's funny and hilarious sometimes, but over a period of time, it does get overwhelming and just kind of stupid, to tell you the truth. So I do appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully it's going to help everybody when they go ahead and do any type of reports and everything else. If you have any suggestions, leave a link down, or leave questions down below. I'll be able to get to them as well. And thank you for watching. I'll see you on the battlefield.